Good morning from day 4 of Symphony of the Seas. Today we are parked in St Maarten. Not getting off quite yet. They have laser tag on this ship, which I'm very excited for. They set it up in the ice skating rink. Never done this. They had this on my last cruise on Navigator of the Seas, but the reservations sold out. All the reservations were sold out except for 8:30. So I figured out I needed closed-toed shoes, so I had to run up to my room. But I think I'm gonna make it. So the laser tag was so much fun. It's just like real laser tag gear, and then they do like random themes like most laser tag places. It is, I think they did the best with the area that they were given to do that. It was so much fun. You should do it. They were like 20 minutes late to the thing. The workers didn't even show up when it was supposed to start, but we got them and it was fun. So I would recommend it. It's free. And then for some reason they only do it on port days, and not even the bad port days. They did it at St Maarten and St Thomas. I'm like, you couldn't have picked Nassau for the day. Good morning once again. Now we are at Park Cafe for some bagel breakfast. And of course, pineapple. So come to find out, it is a dulce de leche croissant. And it is not the best we've had. We have been to Paris though, so we have higher standards now. It was not very flaky, not buttery enough. I want a croissant to like melt in my mouth. I want to feel like I'm eating air. That was weird, but okay. We are now getting off to go to St Maarten. One side's Dutch, one side's French. We were guessing which ship was here, and I guessed the Celebrity Equinox, but it was Celebrity Eclipse. This is the same class. We're going on this ship to Alaska later this year. Very cool. We'll get a little sneak preview. I could tell from the pool deck it was Celebrity, I thought. But, wow, we just dwarfed this ship. So this is so cool. We're also here with a TUI cruise. I never thought I'd see one of those. They have a cool logo with a little smiley guy. I've only watched a cruise video of these. I thought they were only in like Europe and stuff, but they're here too. I got my magnets ready to get back on the ship because it is too hot out here. Maybe we should go to the water park. I just found something epic with people have ducks on their balcony. They look like these huge blow-up ducks. Back on the ship now with my precious cargo. Has been added to the collection. It's pretty big now. I think it was my first vlog cruise that I got these 3. And it's kind of grown with the videos. Oh, that's cold. So we can see them better. These are the Mein Schiff. They're both TUI cruises, the 2 and the 3. I guess they are from Germany. Then we have the Viking Sea right over there. If you can see it. I don't know where that runs from. So we're gonna do water slides now. I guess slide, not plural anymore, because these 2 are closed down for maintenance, but I believe the toilet bowl slide is still open. Can you believe it? Day 4 and it's our first time at the Windjammer. One thing I love is the Windjammer burgers. It is now time for our daily Starbucks run. We're gonna get a vanilla sweet cream cold brew. My vanilla sweet cream cold brew is great, but you know what's even better? A towel animal. We got the best one there ever was. The elephant. Okay, I'm so excited. We finally have one of the royal movies on our TV. I watched like cruise vlogs and they talk about these. And I'm so excited I finally get to watch one. I don't know which one it is. Now we're in this venue called Dazzles. I've never been in here. It looks like they do like music performances and stuff in here. But I think what it's best for is getting some cool selfies in front of the boardwalk with the ultimate abyss right there. Is that a bird's nest? What is this? It looks like a bunch of nails or like a bird's nest. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm somewhere now. I never go on a cruise ship, which is the jogging track. But this cruise ship, it's not like it's just like on the sports court. It's a dedicated jogging track all around the ship. Everyone's getting on. No pier runners today. Hopefully, I don't know. They are kind of fun to watch. Now we're gonna play some shuffleboard, and I'm going to win. I lost shuffleboard. We're in the arcade now to spend the money. The High Rollers Club to get one of these ducks. Maybe they'll give me a free cruise if I spend enough.
Which one are you going for?
Mine is going for one with just like captain's outfit.
You got it.
I got the captain duck, and he looks like he's inside of a ship. And now we're sailing away. Hey, hey. Tonight, now we're going to 150 Central Park. It's like an American restaurant with a French twist to it, and it's upscale and looks. We went here earlier on the cruise, but I did not vlog it, so I'll have to show you all the experience of 150 Central Park. So tonight we're dining at 150 Central Park, which is located down there in Central Park, as the namesake. And for our appetizers, they bring you out this delicious bread with truffle oil on it. It's already buttered. You don't even need to do it. And this is probably the best bread that we have had the entire cruise. It is so good. And then the first appetizer we got was the pumpkin soup. This is also delicious. Probably the best soup I've had on this cruise. So flavorful. So it has like some nuts in there. It has a great texture to it as well. And then we had the braised beef short rib. Very delicious. And I think I like the pumpkin soup a bit more, but they're all very fantastic. They're better than anything they have in the main dining room, bar none. And then for our main courses, I got the beef tenderloin for 2. You can also get it for 1 for 2. But if you get it for 2, it's served tableside. 1, they just bring it out to you. So it's cool to watch it, and they can either slice it or give you it whole. And then that was very delicious. That's my favorite thing there, I think. So good. And then it comes with these 2 sauces. One is kind of like a hollandaise sauce, which I don't know if it pairs as well with the steak as it does with like eggs benedict, but still very good. Other one was a brown sauce. I like that one better. And it came with these delicious truffle potatoes. Oh, I could eat those every single day. So good. And then the best part of the meal, the lamb tenderloin. Not beef tenderloin, we got the lamb tenderloin. Not tenderloin, no. Lamb Wellington. This was the best part. Have you ever had beef Wellington and the Carnival MDR? So much better than that one. I can't speak for any others because I never had that. Delicious. This is the best thing I've had on this cruise. It was so good. It's a small piece, but it's enough. You get so much in that meal. I would recommend this most of all. And then on to the desserts. This is the best desserts at any restaurant on the ship, I think. All 3 of them that I have had have been delicious. One of them is a peanut butter tart with a blackcurrant ice cream sorbet on top of it. A family member of mine actually got just a side of that because of how delicious it is. I don't know if it pairs the best with the peanut butter, but it's all delicious on its own. Then they have the famous fried cheesecake. That's probably what they're most famous for. I was kind of a little bit disappointed with it. It was more wet than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting it to be hotter, but it was like kind of colder on the inside, which it was still good. I just prefer it when it is a hot version. And then the final dessert was the artisan cheese plate. This is really good. I would recommend, even though if you're getting my list, you're already getting 2 of the appetizers. If you get this as an appetizer or a dessert, and it's very good. I know in a lot of countries cheese is like a dessert type of thing. and here it's just America, it's just really not. But it's still very good for an afternoon meal thing if you don't want something too heavy or creamy. Has brie, has all these fun little crackers on top of it, even strawberries, because you cannot find free strawberries anywhere really on the contemporary cruise lines anymore. So that is nice to have. It's just like a half of one. Then it had a date. I've never had a date before. Those were good too. Very sweet. It was like a sweeter version of a prune, and they were like the fried. No, what's that called? Freeze dried. Very good. So 150 Central Park, I think it is my favorite specialty restaurant on Royal Caribbean. Maybe Izumi, I don't know. They're like 1A, 1B right now. This is one, I feel like this is a necessity. If I was to pick, if you're only getting like the 3-night dining package, I'd do this, Izumi, and then either Chops or Jamie's, depending on what you're more into, like a steakhouse or Italian. But this ship, this is my favorite ship I've been on. It's just epic. And yeah, Central Park, really a great venue. One thing I will say is that the, what are they called? The venues in there, they're not as, they're not as big, they're very intimate. So they just have a lot of restaurants. It's like maybe half the size of the Fahrenheit 555 steakhouse on Carnival. But with that trade-off, they get to have a steakhouse and maybe 150 Central Park, which I think is worth it, but they just have more limited availability. That's why I would recommend booking them all pre-cruise if you can, and snag yourself some amazing deals on those as well. In Central Park, the restaurants in there, none of them you can really get an ocean view. So if you're one of those people that always likes the ocean view, that is one con of being in there. But restaurants like Hooked or the main dining room can offer that ocean view if you're into that. One of these hot tubs over here is definitely on my list for tomorrow. They're like infinity hot tubs. They overlook the ship. And they even have TVs in the hot tub. Like what? They're right outside of the solarium, so I can still go in them as well. Because solarium used to be 16 plus, but then they moved it back up to 18 plus. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who you ask. So this is the Solarium Bistro. It's normally open every day of your cruise, not just for those 18-year-olds or those under as well. But this cruise, they did rent it out for a kosher group. So I'd like to try the ship again to see how this is. I heard it's like Mediterranean type buffet for dinner at least, and then probably just like the regular buffet for lunch. And then breakfast, I just think normal stuff, but it'd be like a less crowded version of the Windjammer, which would be nice. So it's time for a late night water complaint. So my complaint is that on Royal Caribbean at night, there is not enough places for you to get some water. It is currently 11 o'clock and the only place that we could find was Cafe Promenade and Sorrento's, which are both on deck 5. So if you're up on the Lido deck relaxing, you can't even, whereas on Carnival, I could go into the Lido Marketplace and just grab a glass of water. Even though they stack it on top of each other, you can easily grab a glass of water. Here, they completely close the Windjammer, and then you can't get any on deck and the boardwalk as well. And I don't like that they completely close their venues. Like, what's it, Park Cafe just closes its door for 1 hour for some reason. Like, you could keep it open and then just rotate the food real quick, I think. Shut down the stations for a sec. Or, with Windjammer, shut down the stations, let people just sit in the buffet. I don't get the harm in that. That's what Carnival does, that's what Princess does. That is one design flaw with that buffet. There's one way in, one way out. I guess there's 2 doors, but you can't go out like both ends of the buffet. And I do not like that at all. Because I feel like for a lot of people, when my family, we would have like 16 of us on there. That would be like the hangout spot. Late night, come sit there. You know where people will be. That's our table for the week pretty much. And you don't really have that on Royal because they shut their buffet, they shut Park Cafe. Even if it's just for an hour, it does kind of annoy me. And they shut it overnight, which I do not like. So I would like on the future, maybe the buffet's in the middle And then that's like your central point of whatever that deck is. I would like that for future Royal Caribbean ships. And please don't close the windjammer. I just want some late night water. And with that, I will bid you a royal farewell from this day. Tomorrow we are in St. Thomas. I haven't been there in a long time, so I'm excited to go back. Bye-bye.